my God, 17 minutes gone past the hour of 10 on the AM side. And I was actually replying a chat on WhatsApp. I didn't even know the IT guys were already streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Well done, oh, Mr. Abel. But regardless, it's fine. It's okay. It's one of those things, actually. At this point in time, I must say a very big thank you to the IT team, the social media team. They just have a way of, being they're always on their toes, as a matter of fact, making sure that they push all of the content that we create on here, live or recorded, across social media platforms. So the IT guys, the social media guys, or the team, in fact, they play an important role. Honestly, it's not just what we, the presenters, do right here in the studio. So well done, Mr. Abel. Well done to you and your team. All right. So today is still the 23rd of May. It's a Friday, of course, in the month of, May 2025. And I must tell you that this month of May has been pretty fast. The pace at which this month is running is one that I like, honestly. I trip. I love, if that makes any sense. All right. So it's not time for the general open banter, and you know how we do it on a general open banter. Not to be all serious with politics. Come on, let's just talk about societal issues. How we navigate life on a daily basis as a people, as Nigerians, as a man, as a woman, as a boy, as a girl, as an adult, as a youth, as a teenager, or as a child. All right, so you might want to call it the TGIF edition of the General Open Banter, and I am still more of a piece of summary. You can always call me Ife for short. All right, so very quickly, what I'd like us to talk about on the General Open Banter today is one that I believe this is even more than important, and I think is one conversation we should have on a daily basis. Just the way we wake up every morning, we pray, oh God, please, order my steps, take charge of all that I'm going to be doing today, provide for me, keep and preserve me and my family. I think we should also incorporate another prayer point, which would be on morals. Yes. Because whether you like it or not, there's been a drop, there's been a decline in our moral and societal values, especially in Nigeria. I say especially in Nigeria, not because these things are not happening in other climes, but come on, this is my immediate environment. So I know and I can see firsthand, what is going on here. I might not really be privy to everything going on in our society today, but when it comes to morals, come on, you would agree with me that there's been a decline. So the decline in moral and societal values in Nigeria, some people have been able to attribute it to various factors. Some are saying that the advent of social media has done more harm than good, because in the aspect of children, youth being respectful towards their elders, you'd agree with me there's been a decline. How about the way we dress now, or fashion basically? We've not seen guys braiding their hair, piercing their ears, even their nose, right? Wearing ankle chains. We've seen men in recent times wanting to dress like women. All right? And then on the flip side, we've seen women now very confident, very bold, unperturbed. They don't even care, unbothered. They go out on the streets half naked. I'm sure so many years ago, it would be like a taboo for a girl child to dress with the body all exposed, revealing bodily endowments and what have you. You'll be like, oh, no, this is not appropriate. Even mothers, then, they can't even stand the sight of their daughters dressing in a way that is unbecoming. But you'd also agree with me that seems to be a norm now. So mothers who actually accommodate excesses like that are seen to be the WhatsApp mothers. Oh, she's woke, she knows what's up and all of that. She's more civilized. Are we mistaking civilization for immorality? You see why I'm being very calm, whilst having this conversation? Because I really don't want to rush my words. How often do you see youth? How often do you see young people walk past an elder? How often do you hear them say, "Oh, good morning, sir," or "Good morning, ma," or to even greet their elders in their local dialect? Growing up, I was made to understand that the Yorubas, they have a very beautiful culture, but not to say that other tribes don't have beautiful cultures, but the Yorubas especially, the fact that you would have to prostrate on the floor or on the ground when you see an elder, or as a lady, you'd have to, genuflect, with one knee bent downwards. Is that still happening? So there's been a decline, whether we like it or not. And some people, I personally think, are shying away from having conversations around all of this. Probably because they're going to be tongue lashed, they're going to be backlashed. Oh, come on, the only thing constant in life is change. We've actually gone past that era. And who's got time to, prostrate on the floor because you want to greet an elder? You start getting, negative feedbacks like that. People will start tongue lashing you. So I really would not want to blame people whose responsibility would be to, instill these morals, right? But at the same time, I think you should have a very thick skin. If you are an authority, now anybody can actually play these roles of being a moral police. But most importantly, you have to be diplomatic about it. Because I can't imagine myself now, because I want to be a self-acclaimed moral police. It does not make me righteous. It does not make me perfect. Because I know I've got my own flaws. Right? But I have to, be diplomatic about the whole process. I can't just go out there on the street now with a public address, sound address system, and I'm, condemning every youth, condemning everyone I come across. Oh, look at this one. Look at the way you're dressed. You are useless. Or no. People come from different backgrounds, quite all right. But are we really inculcating the right values when it comes to morals? Our parents, the modern day parents that we have in Nigeria now, would you say they are doing enough to inculcate moral and societal values? Would you say that our religious leaders are also doing enough? Because it actually entails, this collective effort. It's not a one person, thing. We all have to come together as a people. I was made to understand growing up that we are just, a very unique set of people. Nigerians and Africans by extension. Such that when we find ourselves outside the African continent, people get marveled at the way we carry ourselves. Especially when, we meet or we see one of our very own. The way we greet, the way we interact, the way we dress, even the way we consume our local, delicacies here in Nigeria. There's been a decline, whether you like it or not. And then some people will tell you, oh, it's civilization or civilization if you like. So, the civilization or westernization, is it doing more harm than good already? And if it is doing more harm than good, how do we right the perceived wrongs? How do we correct the errors that we have made, we have inflicted on ourselves, or even unconsciously? How do we take people back to the roots? How do we take people back to, the very essence of our culture and our traditions? The moral status, the moral standards that we had, so many decades ago. How do we revive all of those, moral standards? Are we just going to sit idle? fold our arms because, oh, I don't want to talk. If I talk, they'll come for me. And if I don't talk, they'll still come for you. Anyway, I have decided to talk today. So you can decide to come for me or not. But if our thoughts are actually in sync, I'd really appreciate you call in and share your thoughts. Why you think that there's been a decline in moral and societal values in Nigeria. And by the way, we're always open to views and counter views. If your thoughts are not in sync with what I've just said, or views that are going to be expressed, it's equally fine. After all, we all are subjected to our own opinions. All right? So, there are so many factors to consider, really, as to why there's been a decline in moral and societal values in Nigeria. One would say cultural influence. So the influence of Western culture, like I said before, as well as the impact of social media, it has actually shaped our values, our behaviors, our thought lines over the years. You know, and it is somewhat, distancing itself from our original traditional Nigerian values. How much of a concern is that to you? Or you've not observed that there's been a shift? Not for good, anywho. You've not observed? But if you have observed that there's been a shift and you think we need to go back to the drawing board, come on, indulge us on the show this morning. This is the General Open Banter. And once again, the question we're asking on the show this morning is, why is there a decline in moral and societal values in Nigeria? You can call in on 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. You can send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal number on 090-9705-44 and 50. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you.
Hello?
Yep, good morning. Can you hear me? Please do it to call back. I don't know, but please do it to call back, all right? There are two studio lines, actually, that you can call to be part of a conversation. If one is not working, please do it to revert to the other. Or better still, use the WhatsApp portal number to share your thoughts by way of, voice notes or even a message. The WhatsApp portal number, once again, is 090-9705-44 and 50. All right. Why do you think there is a decline in moral and societal values in Nigeria? That's the question we're asking this morning on the show. Good morning to you. All right, that's a miss. You might want to call back. You can also join the conversation live on YouTube and Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja. And it does not end there. Anyway, we are also on Instagram, on TikTok, and also X, formerly Twitter. Do well to follow us across all social media platforms. Let's take this quick break to go pay some bills. When we return, the conversation will continue. Don't forget, this is the General Open Banter live on Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Meet the Infinix Note 50 series, defined by pioneers who push boundaries. Its ultra-resilient armor alloy metal frame design gives you that slick, top-notch style. Unlock efficiency with intelligence of the one-tap Infinix AI and circle to search anything on your phone with Google. Need power in a flash? 90 watts fast charge rockets you from 0 to 100% in 38 minutes. Exclusive deals at authorized stores. Get your Note 50 now. The Infinix Note 50 series. Pro design, pro AI.
Abuja, you're in luck. It's the upgrade promo from my Abuja Home Limited. For their Broadwater estate and plots in Gwagwalada, get 250 square meter for just 700k when you make an outright payment. That's a whopping 81% discount, or go premium with 500 square meters for only 1 million naira. That's 80% of the original price of 5 million naira. With our authentic FCT land document, you have no issues at all. We have a flexible payment plan for up to 12 months for your convenience. Get your land in Broadwater estate Estate, Paiko, Gwagwalada, now with green environment, accessible roads, power supply, guaranteed security, and lots more. Call or WhatsApp my Abuja home on 0808 883 7426 0808 883 7426 or 0808 272 3824 0808 272 3824. Hurry now, promo ends soon. These opportunities also open to military personnel. My Abuja Home Limited. Affordable. Live the life.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Please listen to this announcement. Farex Borehole. We are competent. We are committed. We simplify borehole for your borehole survey, for your borehole drilling, or any of your borehole challenges. Call us on 0803 596 5170. 0803 596 5170. You can visit at Goshen Plaza, opposite Jabi Model Park, Abuja.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
For advert placement and program sponsorship on Eagles 102.3 FM, please call 080-5919-8658. That is 080-5919-8658 or 081-5791-7278. Again, 081-5791-7278.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
All right, we are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. If you are just joining us, this is the General Open Banter live on Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja. And the question we are asking on the show today is, why is there a decline in moral and societal values in Nigeria? The studio lines are still open. You can call in to share your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. This is the one.
Good morning. Good to have you.
Good morning.
Right.
My name is Soso.
So it's been a long time. Did you jackpot out of Nigeria for a bit?
No. We're only doing census in my area. You know, my area is like a billionaire zone, the Kokoma.
Oh, yes, I agree.
If you need a unit of a duplex, you can come. Maybe I might consider you.
You don't mean it. All right, so good to hear from you today. So talk to me. Yep.
Yeah, you see, this is a very crucial topic, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I watched one video 2 days ago on social media, and a lady who dropped out of school, maybe for lack of money, right, fund, was actually lamenting that she needs someone who is earning 15 million to be able to date him as a boyfriend or as a girlfriend, right?
Okay.
And that shocked me too. Where is our parents? Where is our parents? Where is our relative? Does it mean those people don't have relatives offline or have brothers offline? So I think, should I say, everything that is happening now was happening those days, right?
Right.
The only thing that social media has helped us to do is to help us to. It's not easy for information to be transmitted. Yeah. So what used to happen in social time that takes maybe years before we get to know, in 2 minutes when we get to see. But then the only thing that have changed is that community punishment, that community communalism. That if my child misbehave, right, I don't need to be there for him to get punished.
Right.
Yeah. So they will punish him on my behalf, and even the child will even be trying not to let my dad know, so that he will add more punishment to it. Right.
Right.
They will have lost that particular aspect of, allow me handle my children the way I want to. Don't intervene. Don't do this. So people misbehaving, moving around in the name of it doesn't concern me. So I think that is where we got it wrong. And then should I say maybe people who are not supposed to be parenting are the one parenting in the name of early marriage.
Okay.
Yeah. So people who are supposed to be honor their parents to be also be taking instruction are the one holding families now.
I'm sorry to butt you, but back then our mothers actually got married pretty early and they did a good job.
But there was a community effort, there was a community punishment.
Okay.
That I don't need to be there for my child to get punished.
All right.
Right? If they see my child, they don't need to ask whose child is this, the identity, everything. You don't need to start mentioning who is your dad. They already know who is your dad.
Right.
There was a community watch.
Okay. So we need to revive that. We need to bring that back to life.
So how do we do it? That is the question.
Well, all right. That's a very big question. How do we do
it? Because they say train your children so that there won't be any need to punishment, right? So the people we see in politics today maybe misbehaving doing this, they want children, right? Right? The Yahoo boys, we see them today justifying, we don't need that race, don't do this thing. They will grow older, right? They will grow old someday, right?
Right.
So what do we expect?
It's a lot, honestly.
I think the community watch is what we need to come back to.
Okay.
Maybe our leaders, I don't want to mention leaders, I think maybe our community leaders and our religious leaders need to do more.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So, I mean, you've spoken very extensively and comprehensively, by the way, on this issue. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you so much.
Right. Okay, so we need to revive the community watch, right? Where if your child misbehaves, I mean, anybody can actually discipline that child and call that child to order without, necessarily waiting for the parent to come. But now I think that is, I mean, the reverse is the case. You cannot spank my child. You cannot call my child my consent. That is what we have now. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from? Could you please turn down the volume of your radio set?
Okay.
All right. Your name again? Oh, please. I only requested that you turn down the volume, but it's okay. You can call back 09073530044 or 09087668888. Send a voice note or a message to the WhatsApp portal number on 0909705450. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Jonah.
Donald, from where?
I'm calling from Bayes University right now.
All right, please go ahead.
Actually, the topic is a very nice topic. And I want to say that the major cause of this character that we are seeing in this our Nigeria now, or maybe in the world, is as a result of ignorance.
Ignorance?
Ignorance of the truth.
Okay.
Understand that our religious leaders are not helping matters.
Okay.
Especially all this dressing that actually dressing is meant to cover nakedness, not to discover nakedness. But what we see now is just to discover nakedness. And I want to say that not everything that is popular that is proper. Bible wants about imitating the culture of another people. But we Nigerians, we are fond of imitating, and imitation kills monkey. We believe that people that go to abroad, they want to dress like people in abroad, and they don't know that the Bible we are reading is the same thing. The Bible that says we should not dress nakedly. As many nations that are dressing like that, they are going to be in for judgment on the last day. Our religious people, they are not preaching it in the church. Church now has become a place of manifesting nudity, a place of complication of dressing, a place of fashion. Instead of preaching to them, let them dress well, let them be seducing people. Our other religions, like Muslims, they dress well, but Christians, they are the ones dressing in Nigeria. And our religious leaders are not helping matter. All they have to say, you shall make it amen. Come and say sin. Sinners, boyfriends, sinners, come and say sin. Come and give offering. That is not what we are asked for.
Okay.
So ignorance of the truth They don't know Jesus. This Jesus that they don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay,
So
Donald.
now, I know I'm high institution, they are contributing to it. They don't stand up against it. I know of a high institution when I was in school, far back 2010. Federal Polypass, you can't dress anyhow into the campus. If you do, you are graduating immediately. Let our educational system speak against all these things so that this our Nigeria will be better. If not, things are going bad.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you very much, Donald, for your contribution this morning. I like the fact that each and every caller is taking, their time to elaborate on the role this decline in moral and societal values, the role is actually played over the years, where we were before and where we are at the moment, and probably where we are headed. All right. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, this is I should calling you from Siena.
Oh, very well, Lisa. Good to have you this morning. Please go ahead.
What all our moral and this thing to be so is because of our churches today have turned to ATM withdrawal machine.
Oh.
They put money in front of God. They put their presence in the church than the what God asked them to do. Some of the pastors forget that they are shepherds. A shepherd look after God's sheep, not people who want to proud and feel proud. Telling you is the pastor in charge. I don't know who is in charge. If Jesus is the only in charge. Look at the way they behave. When we were in Christian in youth, I'm 20 now. If you don't dress well, you will not allow you to come to the church. But today they say God did not care about your dressing, you need your if the God tells you to dress what is also is a giver of wealth. Anyone that is not given from God is a dead Lord. So I'm praying our church go back to the boiling spot to bring one of the gospel. That we are in the boat here. Muslims are not going to the church because they fear, because they don't look at people who read the church. They put at the down. Our behavior is very to come. So is this the some of the way of the person?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. The reception was quite poor. I don't know if it's from your end, but I was able to make sense of, your contribution. Basically, our religious leaders, they have, a role to play. And I agree sincerely that now of worship, especially the churches, you see a lot there. I must confess. All right. I'll say that without mincing words. A lot is going on at the moment. That is not to say that we don't have some pastors, we don't have some clergymen who don't speak out. There are a number of them who would speak out every Sunday, every Saturday, every Wednesday, whenever it is that they converge, to have a procession in church. They will speak up. And when you look very closely, such places of worship, the membership there, you don't really see a crowd of people there. But that's not to say that other places of worship where you see a crowd of people, they are not really, promoting moral and societal values. At the end of the day, I think we need to normalize speaking up and condemning what is condemnable. Whether you're a clergyman, whether you're a traditional ruler, whether you are a parent, you are a human and conscience, you can actually is from is wrong on God the voice. Be a voice of because doing things illegally, they will tell you, oh, nobody rebuked me. Nobody actually challenged me. Nobody confronted me. So I felt, oh, it's just normal that I dress the way I am dressing now. I felt, oh, I should just do whatever it is I want to do with my life. Why is there a decline in moral and societal values in Nigeria? That's the question we're asking on the General Open Banter this morning. Sanusi from Suleja says, the reason for moral decadence is multifaceted. From nonchalant attitude of parents, peer pressure, and almighty technology, that is the internet. whereby the world is a global village, social media and what have you have a great influence on our youth. That notwithstanding, we just have to keep our cultural and moral values intact. I think that is our identity, and it is very crucial for our development as a people. Sanusi, thank you for that message, all right? And I see this one from Samuel, quite a lengthy read, but I'll just speak on, certain points that he's been able to highlight as factors, He says, there are several reasons or factors that contribute to the decline in morals in our society today. He talks about breakdown of family values, single-parent households, lack of parental involvement, influence of social media and technology, desensitization, lack of face-to-face interaction, decline, of religious and spiritual values, lack of spiritual direction, increased secularism, educational system and curriculum. Okay, that actually you can choose down to moral education. Now, the education system may not place enough emphasis on moral education, leading to a lack of moral guidance. That's what Samuel is saying. All right. He also talks about focus on academics over character development, influence of relativism, societal and cultural factors, celebrity culture, lack of community, economic factors, unemployment and lack of opportunities. Now, according to him, unemployment and lack of opportunities can lead to frustration and desperation, which can contribute to a decline in morals. All right. Samuel from Kuje, thank you very much, sir, for that message. All right. And I see this voice note. Let's take a listen to it.
My name is Monibi from Lukogoma. This is a very nice topic. I want to start by saying that some parents have done more harm than good to their children. Bringing up a child, in such a way that the society will be affected negatively. That is what is going on now. Imagine a parent going to school to scold the teacher because the teacher corrected your child. How do you expect the child to respect his or her elders? In your time, you dare not do that. You dare not fight back. When the teacher is talking, you don't talk back. But now you want to prove that, yes, my mom is this, my mom can come and talk, my mom can come and do this. Look at what schools are producing now. During our time, if children repeat classes. If you are the type that you can't really grab what your other colleagues are grabbing as a child or as a pupil, you will repeat your class. But now, no teacher can tell a child to repeat a class. The parents will come for you. Even when some parents, they know their children, but they just want to. They are so careless. Most parents these days are very careless. They don't even want these children to be children anymore. Exposing children to social media, creating content with children that just camera shy children. Some children are just naturally built like they are introverts, but you want to expose them, you want to stretch them beyond their limits, which is totally wrong. And another thing, and that is why, in fact, that is why these days, if you see children, you will look at each other, the child will look at you in the eye and turn his or her face. I'm sure sometimes they even expect us, the elders, to be the ones to greet them first. They really don't care anymore. You understand? And another thing, these religious bodies, especially the church. Have you seen the way some children dress to church these days? Parents don't care anymore. They want their children, they just want, people, your child is really growing well, your child is doing this and that. And religious bodies, they don't even correct people. Imagine going to church and people call your child, I tell them, leave them alone, he's my child, I'll dress my child the way I want. Going for, taking children to children parties, dressing them like adults, bringing them up like adults, fixing nails, fixing eyelashes for the girls, and you think your child will do well, exposing your child negatively. There are other good things to expose your child to. You understand? But some parents are so careless, I don't know, they are so nonchalant. Only God can help us at this point. I think I want to stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You've spoken comprehensive wisdom, I must confess. And like some family members would say, we have a long way to go, but we want to stay hopeful that we would actually get it right someday, sooner or later. Now, I actually came across an article or a news feature on Premium Times yesterday, right? Talking about the rise in male hair braiding, fashion or decline in African values. So, according to this feature, in recent years, the landscape of men's fashion and grooming in Nigeria has seen a notable shift, with hair braiding emerging as a significant trend among young men. Once seen as a style reserved for women, braided hairstyles are now redefining masculinity on the streets of Nigeria. Now, this practice, it has now evolved into a form of cultural expression, artistry, and personal identity for Nigerian males. This growing trend is not just about fashion, it actually challenges cultural stereotypes, sparks conversations about gender norms and signals a broader shift in how young Nigerian men see themselves and their identities. So I'd like to ask, because I know that I actually grew up to see my dad with this afro hair, style, but there was never a time I saw my dad maybe go to a hairstylist to braid his hair. He had very full hair at the time, but now he's of age, so all of that is off now. But now we've seen men, boys, the young and old, braiding their hair. That's a new shift, dear listener. And people, it appears we are kind of comfortable with it now. We are not normalizing it. You even see people like the Gen Z, no, not the Gen Z now. I don't mean to attack a particular, generation of, people, but they're fondly called the Gen Z parents and the Gen Zs, right? No pun intended. But the modern day parents that we have, the modern day moms that we have, would rather give birth to a male child, not give the boy a clean cut or shave. They would rather braid the hair from a very tender age. I'm just wondering what brought about all of this, shifts, here and there. I don't know, maybe that's the new norm and we just have to, stick with it. Hello, good morning to you.
Thank you. My name is Sammy.
All right, Sammy, from where? From where? Okay, please go ahead.
Seriously, I can now done that people now. Seriously, that problem may confuse. You understand what I'm saying? In the sense that it is too late of irresponsible people. You understand? Their rate is low than people responsible. People at this time are too low in percentage compared to those that are undecent. Because you mentioned something the other time. See, parents are not carrying their own children to go and be braiding their hair. A year-old, 2-year-old boy. Are you getting it? They are keeping that picture for that boy. Even if that boy wants to be decent in the future, maybe later, he just come across the picture when he's braiding and say, oh, yes, I look so good. He may continue. And if that boy should continue, tell me what will happen to the generation that boy is about to give birth to later in the future. You are facing a lot of children now. Not born to we the parents. I can say that. Because the kind of life that our parents cannot give us them, we are exposed to them now, and we want to give it to our children by ourselves, even when it is not comfortable, even when it is not the right thing. Some people believe maybe the way our parents get us off, maybe it's because, like me now, I was brought up in the village.
Okay.
Are you getting it? In the village, I can probably tell you that, then, what do we know? There's nothing like maybe you're adding attachment, all those things. You don't even know them. When we do it, how do you want to get across to it? You understand? Then now you are in city, you are supposed to everything. There's something called highlighting, there's something called very here, there's something called like this side, there's something like this. And now they are exposed. You are exposed, sorry. Now that you are exposed, you are using all our possible best, even when it is not convenient for us. Instead of it doing the right thing, at least send them to do school, it's better. Send them, give them good clothes. You will see that some parents are even dying for their children to wear. You will be confused. Some parents are even, there's one woman, there's one woman in my area here. Seriously, I can tell you that the girl is just a better 18 years. Are you getting it?
Right.
And if you see what this girl is wearing now, my sister, you be wondering. So where in the next part of 4 or 2 years or 3 years to this time, where will this girl end? She has been attending herself on daily basis now. She just leave the house, go to hotel, all going to life. Now, if that kind of girl goes, tell me what will later be bringing up. The kind of daughter or the son that she also will bring up later in the future.
Right.
May God help us.
Amen.
May God help us.
May God help us. Thank you so much for that submission, Sammy. May God help us indeed. Joseph from Jahi says, good morning, Omoefe. For issues of dressing, even devil wear white clothes. right? So someone can dress well and he is a bandit or kidnapper. Dressing doesn't define anybody. People dress well to pilgrimage. Meanwhile, they are bandits and kidnappers. The other one can dress half naked but holy. So it's not about dressing. That's what Joseph is saying. Thank you so much for that message, Joseph. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you again.
What's your name?
My name is Elder Sam. I'm calling from Kaladima.
All right, good to have you, Elder. Please go ahead.
Thank you. God bless you, my sister. And what on I don't want you to say someone left there.
Okay.
That's what they call so that's what they want something those when children matter helps they would affect what you are you actually make but there it is the same teacher that the child supposed to be afraid of. It's the one that the parents will go and teach before the child. Then how do you think that child can live a good life? I think the parents have gone out of the way, and I always look at it that the reason is that because the fear of God is very far away from us. Because we were taught that as the parent, if you don't correct your child, if you don't discipline your child, if you don't allow your child to be right, you will be blamed. Even God will hold you responsible. But today, I don't think whether parents know that when their child are wayward, that God himself will question them of that. I think the reason we have it to the way we have it today is because we have pushed God aside and think that maybe the word of God is no more true. Then we can do anything we like and go free. But I think we should go back to the reality.
Okay.
I think that is it's mandate from the parent. We need to help. We need to amend our. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you very much, Elder, for your contribution on the show this morning. You just have to be our last caller because of time. For Joseph from Jai, you sent a message that's not all about, dressing, decently. There are people who dress decently, but they are kidnappers, they are bandits. And the other one who decides to, wear clothes to reveal, skin and bodily endowment is probably a holy person. But don't you think you would be normalizing this trend of indecency in our society today? Because, don't judge me by my looks. You will be judged by your looks. Yes. Don't judge a book by its cover. It depends on the context. Because first of all, whether you like it or not, Joseph, I'm not trying to antagonize you now, but when you see a lady half naked on the street, I'm sure the first thing that will come to your mind would be, this one is probably a transactional sex worker, or this one does not have good home training. No, maybe we should just let us give people like that a pat on the back. Or whether, if you like, put on pants, you understand, wear pants and just roam the street. Wear pants and bra as a lady, roam the street. Then as for the men, wear your boxer pants, don't even wear singlets, just open your chest and roam the street. You're probably holy than someone who is wearing turtleneck and very long gowns. Maybe we should give people like that a pat on the back. But you know what? The implication of that would be, it's not even going to be up to a month. The whole society that we're managing right now, it would be, it would be something else. It becomes something else. So let us know when to normalize certain trends. Let us know when to rebuke. I'm very heavy on diplomacy. We have to be very diplomatic, especially when we want to correct what we think it is wrong, what we actually think is wrong. You have to use a very diplomatic approach. All right? In a nutshell, there is a saying. I like to quote Proverbs 13:24. You can actually call me Pastor Omoefe, no problem. It says, those who spare the rod hate their children, but those who love them are diligent in disciplining them. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Thank you all so much for keeping us company on the show this morning. It's been the Ranta, where we've been discussing why there's a decline, or why there's been a decline in moral and societal values in Nigeria. For those who called in, those who sent voice notes and messages, those who actually watched us live on YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much. You can have a playback at your leisure, and do well to share this video to as many people as you can. You never can tell the impact it would have on someone out there. My name is Omoefe Peace Osemere. The next hour, we're going to be focusing on the city of Abuja. Do stay with us.
Eagles.
Playing the music you want to hear.